Welcome to practice 10 of our interactive notes. This gives us a chance to practice the lesson that we just did the day before. Practice 10, dividing by one digit using a rectangular array. We're going to turn to pages 73 and 74. So here, always put your heading, name, number, date, first and last in cursive. Okay, today's date. Remember to always put the date that you are working on the notes, not necessarily the date I'm writing. Your subject is math. Okay, so we're doing more practice with our rectangular arrays and also with estimating, because estimating for division is different. We need to find a compatible number, and we have to do that by finding our multiples of our divisor. So let's start with that. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. That should be enough for now. And we're going to look at the largest place in 87, that's the tens place. Is that digit, 8, greater than 3? Yes. If it is, that's the only one we look at. If not, we look at the first two. So let's find a number that's close to it in this list, our compatible number, and we find 9. 9 is closest to 8 in this list. It's only one away. So we're going to replace 8 with 9. And we have one digit after, so we need one placeholder, or 1 0 after. Okay, now we're going to look at it. So similar to multiplication, when we have a placeholder here, we're going to put the placeholder here. So one placeholder, one placeholder. Now it's just 9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So our estimation is 30. Since 8 went up to 90, 87 went up to 90, this estimate's going to be high, but just a little bit. Now remember, with these practices, you want to try to do the problems on your own while having the video pause and then checking back later. Okay, now I have these here to help us out because this can be a little challenging to visualize, but we're going to do it together in this box. So we need to have 87 inside of here, but we want 3 groups. So with those 3 groups, I can do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. If I did 3 more, it'd be 70, 80, 90, and that takes us too high. That's why 30 is a little too much. So I have 10, 20 in each of these rows. 20, 20, 20. But to get to 87, because I have 60 here, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. So you get to 87. We have none left over. So in this row, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 29 in each row, and that's what this shows here. 10, a 10, and a 9. And my 3 equal groups there. So when I have 20 plus 9, that means my quotient is 29. There is no remainder. So if I have 87 total blocks, and I divide it into 3 groups, I have 29 blocks in each group. Because I divide 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 60, and then 69, 78, 87. Is 29 close to 30? Yes, it is. So is it reasonable? Yes, it's very close to our estimate. The quotient is 29, and it is reasonable because it is close to my estimate of 30. All right, our next one. So I have 72 that I'm going to divide into groups of 4. But first I have to find my estimate. I need to find a compatible number for 72. So I'm going to find my multiples of my divisor. My divisor is 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. If I need more, I can list more. So 72, our largest place is the tens place. Is that digit greater? Is 7 greater than 4? Yes. So we're just looking at that one. If it wasn't greater, we'd look at the first two. So which of these numbers is close to 7? Which one's compatible? That would be 8. So I'm going to replace that with an 8. And then I have one digit after, so I need one placeholder for that one digit. Now I can estimate. This one placeholder, we'll move it over a place. And then 8 divided by 4 is 2. So since this went up from 72 to 80, this is going to be a high estimate. But the estimate is 20. All right, so now, again, this is to help us out to double check, because this can be a little bit challenging. So I'm making 4 groups. And it's going to become 72. So 10, 20, 30, 40. If I put another 4 tens, that would be 50, 60, 70, 80. That's too high. So one set of tens for each row works. So one row has 10. 10, 20, 30, 40. Now I need to move over to my ones. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. I have a total of 72 blocks represented. how many are in just one row here in one group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 10 and 8 in each one. So 18, 18, 18, 18. That's a total of 72 blocks into 4 equal groups. And in each group there is 18 blocks. So 72 divided into 4 groups is 18 in each group. Is 18 close to 20? Yes. So is it reasonable? Yes. I knew it would be a high estimate, so it should be above 18, and it is. The quotient is 18, and it is reasonable because it is close to my estimate of 20. All right, let's go ahead and turn to the next page. Okay. Remember, you should be trying these on your own and then playing the video after to check. So I have my estimate here. I need to take my divisor, list the multiples to find a compatible number to change this to. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. If I need more multiples, I can list more. So I'm looking at 66. The largest place is the tens place. Is 6, the digit 6, greater than 5? Yes. So I only need that one. If it wasn't greater, then I'd use the first two. So which of these numbers is closest? Well, 5 is closest. So I'm going to change that to a 5. That's my compatible number. And then there's one digit after, so I need one placeholder after, or 1, 0. And now I'm going to divide by my divisor of 5. This placeholder just moves over a place. And 5 divided by 5 is 1. Now, since 66 went down to 50, this is going to be a low estimate. The actual quotient should be higher than 10. So the estimate is 10. This is to help us out to know what it should look like at the end. But we're going to go through the process to make sure we understand where those blocks came from. So we're making 5 groups. We have 66 blocks, and we're going to make 5 groups. I'm going to do tens first, because that takes out large groups at a time. If I can take 10 out at a time, that's a lot faster than trying to just count out 1 each time until I get to 66. If I can count by tens, that goes much faster. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. If I did another set, I'd get to 100, and that's way too big. So 50. So I have a 10 in each group. Now 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. But to get to 66, I need one more. I can't just put one more in one group. I need all my groups the same. So that one's going to be sitting out here. That one is my remainder. But in each row, I have 3, which is what I have here. 10 and 3 in each group. But to get to 66, I need one more. So I have one left over because it could not be put in the groups because then they wouldn't be equal. I need my groups to be exactly the same. If I had 5, then I could make one more, but I only have 1. So my remainder is that 1. My quotient is the 13. So 66 divided into 5 groups will give me 13 in each group, but at the end I will have 1 left over. Is 13 close to 10? Yes, and I knew 10 would be low, so this is reasonable. The quotient is 13, remainder 1, and it is reasonable because it is close to my estimate of 10. All right, if you haven't been trying these on your own, I would recommend you try this one on your own. See if you can figure it out and then play the video to check if you are correct. All right, to estimate, I need to find a compatible number for 84, and I do that by first listing my multiples of my divisor, which is 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If I need more, I can list more because they go on forever. I'm going to look at my largest place, which is the tens place. Is the digit 8 greater than 5? Yes, it is. So I just look at that one. If it's not, then I look at the first 2. And which of these is closest to 8? That would be 10. That's only 2 away, where 5 is 3 away. So 10 is the one I'm going to use. That's my compatible number. So 8 is going to be replaced with 10. And then I have 1 digit after, so I need 1 placeholder after. So here, even though I have 2 placeholders, I can't divide 1 by 5. So I'm going to be dividing 10 by 5, but this placeholder is going to move over a place. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Now, did 84 go up or down to become 100? It went up. So this is a high estimate. That means the actual quotient is lower than 20. The estimate is 20. Okay, so here is the blocks already done, but we're going to do it together so to make sure you understand where those numbers came from. So we have a total of 84 blocks, and we're going to put them into 5 equal groups and see how many is in each group. That's what we're doing when we divide. So first I'm going to do groups of 10 because that takes large groups out quickly. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. If I did another set of 10, it'd be 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and that's too big. So I need to go onto my ones. So in each row, there's a 10 in each row. So I have 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. But I need to get to 84. If I do 4 more, it will stop there. And this row will not have the same amount, and I need my groups to be equal. So that means those 4 are remainders. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to sit out here because I don't have enough to make sure my groups are all equal. I need to make sure they are. So that means in each row here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these 4 are my remainder. They're the ones left over because I could not put them in the group and make sure that they're all the same. And my quotient is 16. So here's that 10 and 6. That's 16 in each one, and my remainder of 4 could not fit in a group. So 84 divided into 5 equal groups will give me 16 in each group, but then I have 4 left over. Is 16, remainder 4, close to 20? Yeah, I knew my 20 would be too high. It is pretty close to 20, so it is reasonable. The quotient is 16, remainder 4, and it is reasonable because it is close to my estimate of 20. All right, now that we've done a little more practice with rectangular arrays, hopefully it makes a little bit more sense what we're doing with division. We're making equal groups, and we'd like you to practice a little bit more. So thank you for joining me.